Somerset 106 is everywhere.
Indeed we are, and we are here right now at the Center for Rural Development, ready for this month's Chamber of Commerce Luncheon, where we are very glad to have on the air with us right now a VIP, Senator Mitch McConnell. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Greg, I'm glad to be here.
Now, we really do appreciate having you here in Somerset to talk to us at this event today, and I just wanted to ask you, now, you've had a long and illustrious career, and throughout your whole career, what would you say is one of your greatest political achievements, your proudest moment? I'm talking from back when you were an intern for Cooper to now. What's one of your proudest moments?
I'd rather focus on the present, if you don't.
That's perfectly fine.
I think getting the Wolf Creek Dam finished, getting the water level back up, and solving the dusky-tailed darter problem, which we're all quite familiar with here. Mm-hmm. When the Corps and the Fish and Wildlife Service discovered the dusky-tailed darter, they said this might keep us from getting the water level all the way back up and cost us another tourism season. I called them into my office. I said, look, guys, there's got to be a solution to this. They said it'll take a 90-day study. I said, that'll cost us another year of tourism at Lake Cumberland. Do it sooner. They did. And it turned out they could capture a few of the dusky-tailed darters, put them over at the Wolf Creek Hatchery. Life will be good. The water level's back up. Tourism is roaring this summer, and we're back to normal. So I'd rather cite something important to the people of this area that I feel very, very good about.
Yes, sir. Well, all's well that ends well there, as they say. And I've been asking some of our listeners over the past few weeks, what do they think I should ask the senator when I get to talk to him? And now, they have said, some people feel, in this campaign, from both sides, there's been a lot of talk about the other person, and some people seem to be having trouble getting their head around what the candidates stand for. I'd like to give you the opportunity right now to make sure that everybody knows, in a nutshell, what does Mitch McConnell stand for politically?
Yeah, what I think we need to do is to take the country in a different direction. This administration has been a job killer, whether it was Obamacare or the stimulus or Dodd-Frank, which was the provision for banks that have made it so hard on lending, or the war on coal. And I think if we want to get America going again, we have to go in a different direction. Now, interestingly enough, the best way to do that, and the only way to do that in 2014, is to change the Senate. I'm currently the leader of the minority party in the Senate, one of only two party leaders we've had in the history of Kentucky, the other one being Alvin Barkley back in the 30s and 40s. So Kentucky can play a unique role next year with me as the leader of a new majority in the Senate with a different agenda for America, trying to take us in a different direction, cut down the borrowing, the spending, the taxing, and the regulating. And, of course, when it comes to Kentucky's interests, having a Kentuckian setting the agenda in the Senate is particularly to our advantage. A good example of that is that we would be voting on efforts to push back against the administration's war on coal. We're unable to do that now because the current majority leader, who would be continued in that job if my opponent were to be successful, will not schedule votes on coal. So what I think is in Kentucky's best interest is to have a Kentuckian setting the agenda for America, looking out for Kentucky's interests in the majority in the United States Senate. All that can be achieved this November.
Well, again, thank you so much, Senator, for taking the time. I know you're a busy man, and you've got to get in there and speak. Again, we really appreciate you coming to Somerset, Kentucky, and taking the time to talk to us.
Okay, great.
Thank you very much. Folks, you still got a few minutes to get down here. This place is packing out. It is going to be the Chamber of Commerce Luncheon. Not only Senator Mitch McConnell, but Congressman Hal Rogers will be speaking today. Thanks again to our broadcast partners, Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital, The Job Shop, and our best friends down at Fort Bank. Come see us, folks. This is Greg Moore for Somerset 106, broadcasting live and on location.